What's up, everyone? Sherry B here. I'm coming on because I know that we are nearing the end of 2025, and many of us have heard these amazing words that we are getting ready to cross over, transition into an amazing season of God's blessings for our lives. And as we're thinking about that, there is something I want to make sure that you keep at the forefront of your mind as you are transitioning and crossing over, and that is make sure you have the presence of God with you. There are so many things that can fall into the bucket of a good idea versus it actually being a God idea. And I believe that there are some markers, there are some ways for us to determine if God's presence is actually with us. In Exodus 33, I want you to go back and read that chapter, and it's going to give you some insight as to why Moses requested to God, or he made the statement to God, that if your presence is not with us, we do not want to go. You do not want anything where God's presence has not gone in before and authored, and he is going to finish it. He is the author and the finisher of our faith. And if he is not the author of it, you do not want it. Okay? So the three things I want you to keep in mind about whether or not God's presence is with you is number one, is going to be instruction. When you go back and look at when God gave instructions to his people, or he spoke to his people about doing a thing, you will hear him give action words. Go here, do that. He was very specific when it came to what they would actually go and do. They wasn't clueless. So you're not going to be absolutely just, confused as to if you should go. You're going to have a word from God. The next thing you need to think about is, do you have provision? Now, this is not about patience or not about having faith. It is about truly you have gotten to a point where you see there is no provision for this thing. If you don't have the provision to build, if you don't have the provision to stand this thing up, and there's no provision or no assistance or help coming from anywhere, then a good chance is that God is just not with you. God is our ever present help in our time of trouble. So God will definitely help and sustain what he has given you the vision for. And then thirdly, and this is to me the most important marker, and that is peace. God's peace will be with us in anything he has called for us to do. If we don't have the peace of God, then God is not in it. If I don't feel God's peace, or let's just say I've been feeling God's peace, and then after some time I feel like I'm supposed to pivot or move and I stay there, I can absolutely tell that God's peace is not with me. Okay, so as you cross over, make sure that you want to have God's presence with you. It's not something that's nice to have, it's something that you need to make sure that you have before you go. Be blessed.